got Kandy and Luke Alexander today with me, and we're gonna be chatting about everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah, well, we're best at.
You guys ready?
Yes, thank you for having us.
Me too. Awesome. So yeah, Luke, tell me, how did you get into music?
So back in the day, I was a skateboarder, and I actually sucked at skateboarding. So I got a camera and I started filming, my friends skateboarding. And there was a song that was playing that I wanted to be playing in the back of the video, and there was no kick drum and no snare drum in it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go figure out how to do this. So I did. I learned how to put a kick in a snare, and it sounded like shit, and never used it. But it was worth taking a shot, and I actually found more passion in creating sound and music and that stuff rather than making the videos themselves. So over time it just kind of progressed into something that I like to think is a career. Definitely a hobby, but moving towards
but what happens, I don't know.
Yeah, you never know what it actually is until it happens.
So from just adding the kick and what else did you
snare drum.
And a snare drum, what kind of sound do you have right now? How would you describe your sound?
When I further progressed into producing music, I went towards progressive house, like what Nicky Romero, Cascade, and then over time, the whole scene, recently over the last maybe year, everything's changed into like 150 BPM, future bass.
It changes so much. Like the amount of time genres change in this like particular style of music is insane. So it's important to keep up with what's hot and still do things for yourself.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So evolving into that, basically, I started.
Give me 3 words that describe your sound then.
Rock and roll.
Okay.
So I guess that's one word. I'm gonna consider it.
Groove, I guess.
Yeah. Melody, so melodic.
Okay.
And bass. Those 3. So what I ended up doing was taking a rolling progressive house bass line and using it at 150 and 100 BPM to create this future bass progressive house hybrid genre.
Who inspired you in terms of that? Because future bass was already kind of popping, or you were?
Well, it was. Well, at this point, I guess it was already popping, and I was like, shit, I'm not gonna be able to, do anything. Making progressive house, but Porter Robinson really, really inspired me. Porter's a fucking.
That's like my #1 inspiration.
Yeah,
always.
definitely.
Wait, really?
Porter's great.
I love his music.
Yeah, he's really incredible.
I know you do like edits on your live sets and flip tracks like Porter does, right?
Yeah,
so.
I mean that's who inspired me. Like I started actually like raving in Brooklyn and New York City back when I was like 18 years old, and like some of my first people that I saw were like Laid Back Luke, Porter Robinson, Diplo, Skrillex, those guys. And those were some of the people who inspired me to go home, get a laptop. I was working on like a laptop with like a garbage piece of speaker that didn't even work. And
you gotta start somewhere.
just practice. And I got so much hate from people saying like this is trash. And when I first started, music-wise, when I first started. But that's normal. I feel like when you first start.
Yeah, it happened
I
to
feel
me.
like everyone always lies to you. What do you mean? What kind of friends do you have? The real ones?
Not friends.
No, not friends. Yeah.
When you would put it up on SoundCloud, and you would get all the comments and everything like that.
Like the haters, the online trolls.
Of course. But it's important to keep going.
It's important to have them too.
Yeah.
You think they push you?
Of course.
Definitely, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Shout out to trolls, right?
Yeah,
no comments below. Okay, so I know when you first started, you would lock yourself up in a room and just produce, and that's how you lost a lot of relationships. Would you say, this kind of sacrifice, are there any other sacrifices that you had to make in order to become successful?
I mean, just friendships and stuff. A lot of my friends didn't really understand what I was doing. They thought like I was just stopping talking to them, and I was trying to explain like this is what I have to do to make my dream reality, and I wanted it so bad. Like I remember like sitting up crying. That's how bad I wanted it. And I would literally just lock myself in a room. My mom was like, "Are you okay?" Like, and I'm like, "I just want to make music. Like, leave me alone. This is all I want to do." And
the rebel child.
Yeah. So important to me. That's the only thing that like resonated with me, music.
Okay.
Like,
what about you, Luke?
Yeah, I actually dropped out of college.
I read that on your Twitter. You
I was paying somebody.
First semester, right?
Yeah, and I was paying somebody $100 a week to go to class and take my.
Are you serious?
Yeah, swear to God.
That's how passionate he is.
Yeah, and the only reason why I did that was because my parents were like, we're only going to support this crazy dream of becoming a DJ if you go to college. And then I was like, all right, cool. Let me think about how I could get myself out of this hole.
Yeah.
And then I called one of my friends, like, yo, I'll give you $100 a week. Please just go to class for me.
The thing is, like, a lot of people, like, think, like, it's an overnight thing. Like, people that are just starting out, they think they're going to get, like, one song, but it's really about, like, continuing and having consistency and constantly putting out something new and keeping the attention of an audience and just following through, you know? That's, like, the main thing.
And it is really, I mean, there's a lot of it just based on one song, but for that one song, there's a million project bios. They have like random letters, like J, you know? And it's just, sounds like shit.
Makes sense. So, Kandy, I know you sold out your first show in Canada as a headlining act, right? Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you used to perform to rooms filled with 10 people only.
Oh my God.
Would you be able to like pinpoint any particular milestones that you think got you there?
I mean, I remember playing for rooms of like one person, literally like one person was there. Yeah, and to be able to play a sold out show, my first sold out show for Pride Week, since I just came out publicly a couple months ago, it was just like
again.
How do you feel? Like, it was a feeling I couldn't describe. It was literally crazy.
You said, "I wish other people would hustle as hard as I do."
Yeah, so that's a lot of mine, you know, sliding flyers under college dorm rooms, you know, just going around and literally getting kids, here's $20, go into your dorm room and slide pieces of paper that say the name of the show under every dorm room. And it built up and it turned into something. And, you know, I'm still releasing music. I'm pretty new to releasing music. My first release, after I did a little bit of a rebrand, was only 10 months ago.
Yeah, I think I heard it.
The Young remix.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been, you know, fairly new for me to go into that, but I've been playing shows for 5 years.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah. I love shows.
I'm a producer over DJ, so I've been producing and then DJing comes after, so.
Okay. For me, it's DJing, then producing.
Guys,
we're gonna make a duo. Yeah, the next Daft Punk right here. You don't even know it though. But,
I know Phoenix Lights was your first main stage show, right? So in terms of DJing, right? Because you just touched base on that. How did it feel to be like a first timer? Were you feeling confident performing such a stage?
I'm never confident, I'll admit that, with DJing because so many things can go wrong for me and so many things have gone wrong. But that day I was feeling great. The stage was huge, like so big. I didn't even know what to do up there.
It's Arizona, right?
Yeah, it was
Everyone's
insane.
Bigger.
So crazy, but it was just such a great time.
What about you, Luke? Have you played any bigger festivals?
Yeah, well, not bigger festivals. I played a couple smaller festivals. One of my favorite ones was -0 in Vermont. I played that about 2 years ago, and it was, you know, freezing cold. It was like 14 degrees outside. I was
up there with a giant jacket.
I had a giant jacket, 3 sweatshirts on, gloves, like snow gloves on.
Did you turn the knob?
Barely. And I had hand warmers in there. And actually, one of the other DJs after my set was like, "Yo, can I get your hand warmers?" And we like exchanged hand warmers. And I mean, that was a great show. That was the first big festival that I played with, you know, really big guys that I looked up to. I played with Deadmau5, I played with Cascade, and I played with Jaws.
Such a crazy
This is the first year of Jaws, you know, blowing up. And that was
Were you feeling confident when you were there?
Yeah, I mean, I've, just like Kandy said, everything goes wrong. And for me...
How do you deal with stuff when it goes wrong? What do you do?
I mean, I've learned over the years of DJing what to do when certain things go wrong. My practice was when I was up there, because I don't own CDJs at home, so whatever I have up there, whatever goes wrong, I have to learn how to fix on the fly. So that's super important.
Do you guys have any main tips you could share with the audience in terms of
Get your hands on CDJs.
Yes, that's
100%. And if you can't afford the CDJs because they're expensive, go to Guitar Center and go bring your USB and plug your USB in. Yep, that's a hustle. And a lot of DJs ask me, like, yo, well, you know, I'm playing this club tonight. It's my first club show, but I don't have CDJs. I don't know how to use CDJs. What do I do? And I say, well, don't bring your controller because nobody likes when you bring a controller to a show. And go get your ass to Guitar Center and sit there from the minute it opens to the minute it closes.
And they don't mind that?
I don't know if they mind it or not, but I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, everybody in there is a music lover and knows that it takes, you know, a lot to make it, and everybody wants to make it.
Okay.
Once I get past those first 2 songs, I'm good to go.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You know what my nervousness comes from? My anxiety comes from the second I pick up a microphone.
Are you serious?
Hate it. And then once I get used to it, I go like, oh, you know, 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, I just hit the
Maybe
crowd
you need
reacted.
an MC though, somebody to hype up the crowd.
I love the mic. I just get anxious about the mic at first, and then I like get on the mic, and I'm like, all right, cool, because I hate my voice, man. Like, I hate it. I remember the first time I ever used a mic, I was playing this set, and it was a really big show. It was like 2,000 people. It was an I'm Schmacked party, so it was sold out. It was crazy, wall to wall craziness. I picked up the mic and I meant to say "Yo, New York," but I got so much anxiety going on that I couldn't even speak. I was like, I was like, I muted the channel. I was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then my friend turned to me, he's like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" And just let the music play.
So how long does it take you guys to prepare for a set at a festival then?
For music and stuff, I usually put together like a playlist of like 200 songs and just like go off the fly out of that because I don't want to put my songs in order or anything like that. And I am kind of new to DJing and stuff, but I have a lot more fun like reading a crowd and, you know, judging off of what they're doing.
If they're jumping up or
and if they're not, then you got to change it up.
Right.
So you gotta make them jump. What about you?
Same thing. Just
so that's the formula, general formula.
Everybody's different.
I mean, Laid Back Luke is like so anal about this, like just going off the fly. He's always been that way, and he always preaches that. And he was one of my biggest inspirations.
One of the only one, right? That goes off the fly. I've never heard of anyone else doing that.
I mean,
do you do it?
Yeah, there's times where I'll just walk into a room, like, let's say somebody calls me right now, they're like, oh, you know, we need you to come play right here. I don't know what crowd I'm walking into. It's not branded for me, but I'll go in there and I can go right off the fly.
When I first started, I did not do that. I was like, I'm going in with this amount of songs and I'm playing these songs and that's it. But again, I've learned not to do that because I ran out of songs at one show.
Right, me too.
And it's like, now what do I do? I can't play it. But as I said before, you learn as you go. So
right. That same thing has happened to me.
So always have more than you think you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, in regards to like A-list DJs, I know, Kandy, you mentioned this before in a previous interview, that some people that aren't getting as much support as you do, they end up traveling the world and gigging everywhere because they meet that one right person, right? So since you said that, has it changed for you? Have you met a right person, you feel like?
I mean, Diplo lately has been putting me on like crazy, and I'm so thankful for him. But before that, I was getting a ton of support from like all the top tier DJs like Marshmello, Diplo, Skrillex, Laid Back Luke, and I guess that's how I got my name out to start. People just found me on SoundCloud and just started playing track after track in their DJ sets. And then coming out publicly, I had like a whole music video. It was called Feel. I know it's not the proper word to say on
next Tuesday.
But and basically I got a bunch of like my club kid friends from New York City, and they all do drag and stuff like that, and I showcased that in the music video because I think it's super important in this scene specifically because it is where it started. Yes. And I think there wasn't anybody for me to look up to when I was trying to come out, and I literally had no one to look up to, and it was just like surrounded by a bunch of straight men, you know, and it was like I need to be myself. And once I did that, things have got crazy.
Really?
So I think that's...
So you gotta be true to yourself in order to succeed.
Always.
Right?
You have to be true to yourself.
So do you say that support from A-list DJs doesn't translate into bookings?
I don't think immediately. I think over time, if you have constant support, but I don't think it automatically will transfer into bookings. There's so much more you need to be doing. Just like...
Like what?
For me, for example, I don't have much support. My biggest support right now is coming from Autograf. You know, they've really been looking out for me and trying to help me grow into the production side. They gave me 2 official remixes on 2 pretty big labels, and you know, I'm still getting booked. Yeah. So I don't have like, you know, Marshmello support or Tiesto support.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like I said, it's important that you keep putting new music out because people get bored off of music in a week now. People want more. Okay, what's next? What's next? Me personally, I do the same thing. I hear one song, I'm like, okay, I want to know what's next from this artist. So if you keep putting out and you're consistent on social media, even though I'm not a big fan of social media, it is super important in this day and age that you do continue to use it, and you're putting out content and you're doing as much as you can to have the attention of other DJs.
How your creative processes look like?
I work the best when I'm heartbroken. I don't know about you.
You're like a Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I'm like a Taylor Swift.
I haven't had a heartbreak yet, but I do think about it sometimes. I'm like, I wonder if, because so many people write from heartbreaks, so I'm like, I wonder the music that will come out if that does happen to me, even though I don't want that to happen to me.
I mean,
some wacky jungle
Yeah.
terror shit might come out.
All my music is like high energy, so I really don't know where it comes from.
maybe
I mean,
it's gonna flip.
yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of different things. I've done dubstep, I've done jungle terror, house music, all over the place. I think it's super important not to pigeonhole yourself as a producer, so you're able to showcase yourself in different ways, you know. So
I've been learning how to make hip hop. You know,
Yeah,
that's
oh,
like
yeah.
really what I'm trying to do right now.
yeah.
It's just-
That's your goal? To be a hip hop DJ?
no,
producer?
not at all.
Like
But
make beats for rappers?
well, no, definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely
I
not.
took it
Let's
like
just get that on
that.
the table. Absolutely not. I don't like rap, but because I don't like it, I want to learn how to make it. You know, just
Oh,
so
really?
I can have.
You know what they say? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Exactly. Because you never know if, like, right now in the pop trends, rap is blowing up. So let's say I have a hit record and then Migos or Future hits me up and they go, yo, I want to do a collab with you. Not that this would ever happen. Well, maybe it would happen.
Don't
You
say
never
never.
know.
Never
Right.
say never.
I want to be able to be like, all right, well, I could do that because
Yeah.
I know how to do it and not be like, oh, fuck, I only know how to make 128
Exactly.
BPM fucking 4 on the floor house.
Exactly. And it's fun to explore different things. You know, you get tired of one genre every day. I mean, I've been making music every single day for the past 7 years, so like, I would be bored out of my mind if I was making one genre.
Right, yeah,
I
man.
love that you guys branch out. I love that you're multi-genre artists. I think it's important. But yeah, so tell me, guys, a little bit, like, what are your plans? What, you know, I know you want to make a track with Migos.
Oh, yeah.
What's your next goal?
So I really have been trying to do a lot of like visual stuff. I think it's important that music has a visual to it. It's just a matter of getting all the right things that I need is the hard part, like a space and videographers and all that type of stuff.
What do you mean?
The budget part.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still working on that. But a bunch of visual representations, music videos. I was really inspired after I put out my first music video. It was such a fun time, and I think that music needs to have visual representation to it. And I've learned that from like Porter Robinson, seeing him, and his visuals are just insane, and you remember that. Like,
Incredible.
it
You know who's
sticks in your
doing
head.
something really great with that? Cashmere.
I haven't seen anything.
It's like a movie, man.
I
And
love that.
he'll literally pause like his set. He'll duck down and there's like a whole
Yeah.
display. I would love to have something like that.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
like that, and just really putting on for like LGBT community. Like that's super important for me. I have a lot of people that do drag and a lot of friends that do drag and stuff, and I'm really inspired by that. I would never do it, but I love it.
You never know. Maybe you change
Yeah.
your mind in 5 years.
That's true.
Yeah, I know people that weren't into it, and it took some time, but they were like, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I think it's like, I look at it as an art form, like just like anything
Exactly.
else. They do their
Yeah,
own
you're
makeup, they make
expressing
their own designs, they do everything. They're even on music now. They rap, they sing. Like,
I think it's really cool.
yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Jeffree Star.
I love him. He's a genius. He's such a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Jeffree Star.
All right, I think that's it for today. You guys have anything you want to say before we wrap it up, since we do have some time left?
You're killing it, bro. You're really killing it.
Thank
Seriously. Keep it
How
up,
are you?
bro.
Do you have
Thank
any
you.
advice for him? Anything?
He's killing it too. I don't know why he's
Thanks,
congratulating
Okay,
me.
I guess it's a wrap.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
But yeah, thank you guys for having us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's
For
been
sure.
great.
Thank you so much for meeting us.
Yeah.
And it's been great. And yeah, all the best. Success.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you, you too.
I really with this concept and the vision.
Me too.
Who would you want to see next on this show, guys?
It's so hard.
So somebody from New York City that I think has been killing it. He actually has the #1 on Billboard Dance right now. It's his second #1 on Billboard within the last year. His name is Zach Martino.
Yes, I know
He's
him.
from Staten Island,
Well, I
New
know
York. One of
him
my
too.
best
Hey.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would
Okay, cool.
love
I
to
didn't know
see
you
him
guys
on
knew
here.
each other.
Yeah. There's a bunch of people from New York City that are making amazing music. Omni would be one of them. I personally love him. He makes a lot of dubstep. Night
Okay.
Punk is another one. He's very up and coming. I've actually, with my record label that I tried to start, I put out one of his tracks. Also Fight Club. I love Fight Club.
Oh my God,
They're the
Fight
best.
Club. Yes.
They're doing amazing things in New York. They just started their own party, so
That's
looking
awesome. All
forward
right.
to.
Well, we never actually touched on that. Your record label. What was it called?
It was called Cavity Collective at the time, but I'm kind of doing away with the whole Candy to Candy branding and trying to make it like more serious, and we're in the middle of like a whole new brand.
Why you
Just because like the cartoony thing has been like played out and stuff. I feel like, in my opinion,
You don't feel it anymore.
No, I'm not really into it. I'm trying to get into more of like the actual art. So,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, we are in the art space.
Yeah, that's why I love it.
Yeah,
You're taking the swing home.
Yeah.
If they allow.